13-Week Theater is supported by Patreon. Subscribe now and get exclusive early access. In the spring of 2001, NBC was where comedies went to die. While the network could brag about its top-rated sitcoms like Friends, Will and Grace, and Frasier, the rest of its comedy lineup could be expected to have the lifespan of an alcoholic mayfly with terminal cancer. In recent years, only Scrubs had managed to build and maintain an audience, and the network was desperate for material. Remembering the words of Thomas Hardy that all comedy is tragedy if you go deep enough, playwright Michael Halperin thought that a sketch comedy show based on the concept of schadenfreude, or happiness at the misfortune of others, might prove just different enough to make its mark. The show would combine man-on-the-street interviews about topics that the show would address with rapid-fire sketches about the annoying, disappointing, and depressing things about modern life. Working with former Late Night and Late Show with David Letterman producer Robert Morton, producer Joan Stein, sitcom juggernaut Carsey Werner Productions, and executive producer Steve Martin, Halperin planted the seeds for what would become the Downer Channel. For the show's writing staff and repertory company, Morton tapped two up-and-coming comedians, Wanda Sykes, who had won an Emmy Award writing for The Chris Rock Show, and Mary-Lynn Rajskub from Mr. Show and The Larry Sanders Show. They were joined by comic actors Lance Krall and Jeff B. Davis. The show would also feature guest stars like Fred Willard and Terry Garr in what would essentially be glorified cameos, and a recurring role by comedian Stephen Wright. NBC bought the show as a summer replacement, ordered 6 episodes, and slotted it in for Tuesdays at 8:30. The Downer Channel debuted on NBC July 24, 2001, and lived up to its name.
Tonight on the Downer Channel.
Stress.
Parking tickets.
Washing dishes.
I'm like so fat, it's disgusting.
Any type of insect. The IRS.
One set stamps. Smog, traffic, cell phones.
Yeah, that's a downer.
I hate stupid people.
I hate a dirty bathroom.
Elevators, claustrophobia.
Public transportation kind of sucks.
Drives me nuts.
It's an obsession.
Oh my God.
You dump me?
Telemarketing.
Hemorrhoids. Yard work.
Junk mail.
Germs.
Life.
Life wouldn't seem like such a drag if it weren't for all the madness, fear, anxiety, and pain. So please don't worry if you go insane. You probably just tuned into some twisted mixed up Downer Channel thing. You're Downer channeling. Don't be so blue. It's not just you. We're down here too.
Hi, welcome to the Downer Channel. I'm Jeff. This is Mary-Lynn.
I'm Lance.
I'm Lance.
I'm Wanda.
Tonight, we're going to take you away from your everyday cares and worries with a show totally devoted to...
Your everyday cares and worries.
You know those annoying, frustrating things you gotta deal with every day?
Hey, why don't we just let the people watch the show?
Yeah, Jeff.
It's just that we're all a little bit...
High points of the premiere included Lance Krall narrating footage of a car driving off a cliff as if he were the driver talking on his cell phone.
You know, going home right now. I'm on the freeway. Okay. Nah, I don't want Thai food tonight. I had it yesterday. Chinese is kind of the same thing, don't you? Oh! Okay, well, I was thinking... Yeah, sorry, I lost you there for a second. Anyways, I was thinking Italian. Yeah, I love Italian.
A sketch called Why Is Mary-Lynn Screaming?
Hi. You're probably saying to yourself, why is Mary-Lynn screaming? Well, because Mary-Lynn's microscopic vision has enabled her to see exactly what's on her toothbrush. Yes, E. coli, Ebola, various mucuses, rot, bacteria, slime, all live and prosper in your most personal of toilet items.
And guest stars Willard and Garr in The Withholding Family.
And now, The Withholding Family with the McVoids.
Harvard, Yale, or Princeton?
Gee, I hope they're as good as they used to be.
Well, you're going to have to make a choice.
You've never really been that good at making decisions. I hope you choose the right one.
You know, the choices you make now will have lasting repercussions through your entire life.
Peas or carrots?
I don't know.
While a few reviewers cheered the show as fresh and different, the critics' opinions were overwhelmingly negative. Variety said that the show's production values were a notch or two above amateur and addressed the show's premise about being about frustrations by saying, "Far more frustrating is wondering why this is even on TV." One major flaw in the show's premise was its reliance on rapid-fire bits, where nothing ever lasted more than a minute at most. While this worked with shows like Laugh-In or the BBC's Fast Show, most of the subject material the sketches dealt with needed more time to get established, which meant they never had a chance to build a proper punchline. And when the sketch was only worth about 2 or 3 seconds, they somehow dragged it out to a minute. The show tried to adjust. Executive producer and co-creator Stein left the show after the second episode, and the show tried to include more comedy and fewer man-on-the-street bits, but it was too little too late. The final nail in the show's coffin was its scheduling. The lead-in was Michael Ian Black's cheap candid camera knockoff Spy TV, which was tanking on its own, and it was also up against the second half of two ratings juggernauts, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and CBS's Big Brother. While the show might have been able to hold on to some viewers from a better-rated lead-in, such as if it had been on at 9:30 after Frasier, with such a bad lead-in and stiff competition, the show needed people to actively want to tune into it. And people really didn't want to seek out a show that reminded them about all the depressing things in life that they were turning to TV to forget. After only 4 weeks, NBC pulled the plug on August 14th. The last 2 episodes went unaired. In the end, all 4 of the show's cast members' careers made it out alive, all of them going on to bigger and better things, leaving the Downer Channel as one of those curiosities of television history that are best left forgotten.
Here comes that downer thing again. So please don't worry if you go insane. You probably just tuned into some twisted mixed up Downer Channel thing. You're Downer Channeling. Don't be so blue, it's not just you.